I've had some further thoughts about pricing lately. I've been thinking a lot about you and the challenge you're having at those listing appointments. It seems like the sellers are in a time warp, right? Like they think that prices have continued to go up. They think that you should have an offer within a week or two of putting it on the market. They are impatient. They're telling you, oh, we don't want to come down. Oh, we don't want to pay a buyer broker. I mean, we've got some hesitations that we maybe didn't have before, or at least lately. This is when our Wickman trained people got to really trot out their dialogue skill and say, hey, I know how to handle hesitations and I know how to present price. Your competition is showing comps. That's a really good reason not to show comps right there. But I think overall, we got to start teaching people about this market. We got to teach them what's going on in our marketplace, not comparables, but statistics. If you've been in my audience in the last couple of years, you've heard me talk about the function called info sparks that most MLS systems have. Info sparks is what it's called in Minnesota. They've disguised the name in other associations. So get a hold of your association and find out what it's called in your town. But it's a chart with 12 different charts all in one. Okay, so ours are blue. And they will say the 12 different chart panels are on the bottom of the screen, and it'll say list to sale price ratio. It'll say number of days on market before an offer. It'll say number of showings before there's an offer. It'll say percentage of original list price received, percentage of last list price received. It's incredible. There's 12 charts. And the best part about it is you can narrow the chart down so it's specific to that price point, to that area. I think that's what we got to do is use data to show people, the average number of showings before there's an offer is 8 in your community, is 14 at your price point. So when you start having 12, 14 showings and we don't have an offer, what does that tell us? It tells us our price point is too high. So we can use the data to help them make decisions. Remember, this is all about helping them get what they want. That's the most important thing that Floyd taught us, isn't it? To always make my client's number one goal my number one goal. The client wants to sell. Well, here's the information you need so you can make good decisions so that you can sell. Well, we don't want to do that. Okay, that's fine. I'm willing to go along with what you choose. I just don't want you to be mad at me. I just don't want you to get impatient when it takes longer than what it probably should take at a lower price. So will you give me enough time so that when I'm putting my time and money and energy towards selling your house, we actually accomplish that goal? It's all about communication and maybe love. Is that a weird thing to say on a pricing video? But I think if they know that we love them, if they know that we're working hard, if they know our marketing works, then I think they'll be patient with you and you will get paid. Let's go out there and get some listings.